Oh, yes, it's payday.
Friday.
Thank
It's been
frick
the
for that.
longest month.
Oh, God, it's been a long, yeah, it really has been a
We
long
got there.
month.
We made it.
We
We
made
paid people.
it just by the skin of our teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah, just. Anyway, right, here we are. It's FFS. It is Friday, the 27th of January, and we are here today to talk about ChatGPT. Just for a fair warning disclosure, no doubt throughout most of this, the three of us are going to call it ChatGTP because GT is just something that rolls off the tongue for us for obvious reasons. So if we call it ChatGPT or ChatGTP or ChatPTG, just bear with us. We you know what we're talking about. Yeah, that's more like it. That's what we get after we've had these. Anyway, first things first, introductions. My name is Rachel Winehold, and I am from Grow Traffic. Hannah, what's your name and where do you come from?
My name is Hannah Winehold, and I'm from Grow Traffic.
Hey, and hi Liz. Liz is watching, and Simon.
Liz here.
Hi, Liz.
Liz is here. What's your name? And
my
where do you come
name.
from?
Oh, sorry. let me try the accent. My name. Sorry, I just sounded like normal Hannah then. No, that was like Rachel. No. My name is Simon Daly, and I'm from Grow Traffic.
All right, good. From Makeup.
From Makeup. No.
Yeah. No. Brilliant. Anyway, tell me something good that's happened to you this week, Hannah.
Something good my netball team won 36-7 last night. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Yeah,
and we never win. So that was very exciting.
That was quite a significant victory. Simon Daly, anything good happened to you this week?
I think lots of good things have happened to me this week. I'm just trying to think of the best thing that's happened to me this week.
Okay. I mean, it's not like I ask you this every single time we come on, is it?
I know. It's
Rachel,
really difficult.
what's happened to you this week?
Yeah, you tell us what your best thing was.
Well, my best thing, I'm going out for tea tonight with some friends.
Yet.
No, I know, but that is going to be the most exciting thing that will happen to me this
How
week.
do you know?
And then I'm going out on Saturday because it is my bestest friend's birthday and we're going to go to Manchester and we're going to get some scran. So I'm going out 2 nights running. I'm going to need a big nap on Sunday, aren't I?
And you've not invited me to any of it.
No. Well, I just forget you exist when you're not right in front of me. Anyway, Dally, quickly, good thing that's happened to you.
Do you know what? I can't even think of anything. Oh, good things that happened to me. So everyone knows that we are trying to buy Christchurch and Bake-Up to turn into a little office for Grow Traffic and also make it into a little business centre. So I have been into the church this week with the conservation consultants and showing them around so that they can put the kind of final seal of approval onto the application process. And whilst I was there, I saw that the church have removed the organ. So we've got a big open space there now, and seeing as though Liz is listening, Liz will know that that's the space that we've got set aside for a little photography studio that Liz has decided that she's going to tell us what it should look like.
Okay. Brilliant. Right. There we go then. I'm glad you have obviously have. It is very exciting.
Oh no, I've got another one.
You've had one and it went. Go on, very quickly.
24 ounces of steak.
Oh yes, you did eat 20
at the Grow Traffic Team Day.
Yeah. Okay, well done, amazing.
Ooh.
Right,
Ooh.
No, enough. Moving on.
Sorry.
Right, today we are here to talk about ChatGPT and not the boring things that happen in Simon Daly's life. So, ChatGPT, GPT, see, doing it already. One of those things. I know, the SEO world is quite a bizarre, geeky little world that we live in, but literally nobody is talking about anything else at the moment. It was appearing just before Christmas. It started appearing in all the chat rooms. Everybody started talking about it on all the Facebook groups. Then in recent weeks, we've started to have clients ask us about it. Had a chat with a client just on Thursday. He was asking me, have you ever heard of this? And is it any good? I know to some people it hasn't yet bled out into normal life, but trust me, it's massive. Everybody's talking about it. So first of all, who wants to tell me what is ChatGPT?
I suppose.
Who do you want to tell you?
Dali, go on then, Dali.
Go on, I can if you want. So, ChatGPT is it's a chat bot that uses AI to interact with you. Artificial intelligence. So it uses artificial intelligence to talk to you. However, it's trained on hundreds of millions, if not billions and billions of pieces of data, which means that it's just got it can do loads of things. It understands a load of things, and you can have conversations with it about anything. And not only can you have conversations with it, you can use it to help you generate work.
Well, we'll come on to what we can use it for. So, first of all, is it an app? Is it a website? Is it free? Where do people find it?
Well, it's open. It's developed by OpenAI, which is the organization that's been developing the kind of AI language software for a long time now. It's an iteration of the third generation of kind of AI technology, writing technology, language technology.
All right, Dali, we'll lose it. Right. The words I said to him before we came on were, don't get too geeky, keep it succinct. We're trying to talk to people here who have never heard of AI or ChatGPT. They're just normal business owners. They don't live in the SEO world. They're asking us, like, what is it? Have you heard of it? They don't want to know what generation of AI software it's built on. What they want to know is it a website? Is it an app? Is it something you subscribe
to? Yes, it's a website. Go to openai.com and you'll find it there.
Right, or just Google ChatGPT and you will find it. At the moment, it's free to use. Do we think it will always be free to use?
No.
I suspect. Well, they're giving it us free to use, aren't they? Because it's a learning algorithm. It needs more. The more data it gets, the more it will learn. The better it will be. The more it will improve. So what they need us to do is use it so that it gets more data and it learns that thing and it learns in a real world environment. So at the moment, they're giving it us for free so that we can teach it more, make it better. But yeah, we'll see further down the line. We'll come on at the end to talk about where we think it might be going. Dali, clearly you've used it. Hannah, have you used it?
Yes, I have used it a few times. Yeah, and it's decent. Well, I mean, I used it for a letter the other day. And I think it's dangerous because it just stopped me. It was just lazy. It's just lazy making, isn't it? And it wrote this really good letter that just had insert bits here. And I think someone sent me something as well that was an explanation of SEO, but it had used a lot of Bob Dylan references. It was like, I think it had asked it to like explain SEO as Bob Dylan.
Right.
So it was like, if the answer, instead of having the answers blowing in the wind and getting you all tangled up in blue, you can go to Google and
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I mean, Bertie works for us. He used it to write a sales email the other day, and it was actually really good. It was fine. When I was talking to a client about it the other day, he said, "Oh, have you heard about this? Have you tried it?" And he'd asked it about his company. And he was really impressed. He was like, "Oh, see, it knows what my company is. It knows what they do." And I was like, "Yeah, but it's just copied those lines from your website. So all you've done is you've essentially asked a search engine, and it's given you what you wrote in the first place. It's just parroting it back to you. So it's not a magic 8-ball or something. It's not a crystal ball. It's not magically coming up with the answers. It's quite obvious where it's getting it from. So yeah, there are some really, really good plus points to it. Dali, you were using it before Christmas, weren't you, to come up with blog titles?
Yeah, I've been playing with it since the start of December now. So I think over Christmas I was pretty obsessed with it most days. Kind of.
Christmas is fun in our house.
Well, just when you're kind of sat there watching those crap Christmas films,
like Doctor Who and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh well, no, there's no Doctor Who this year. Otherwise, GPT. There we go. Wouldn't have
GPT.
just can't get it out. I'm gonna start saying conversational generative pre-training transformer.
Right. You call it that. It's much easier. Right. So, okay, that's what ChatGPT is. It's a chat box.
God.
You put a question in, it will give you an answer, and it'll write you an email, it'll write you a letter, it'll write you a page of content for your website. It's fine. So those are the things it can do. It is reasonably good at. What is bad about ChatGPT? What are the downsides of it?
It's scary.
It is quite scary. No, well, it is. I find it terrifying.
How is it more terrifying, though? How is it more terrifying than Google, for example?
Cat just fell off the table.
Is that what that was? My cat?
Yeah, it fell off the table.
I thought the radiator had fallen over. Oh, Billy. He's sad because I've taken his biscuits off him. But I mean, how is it any different to Google in terms of like scary AI generated content? Like, we have been giving our information and teaching AI for a decade now. We've got Alexas in our house, which is a form of AI. We're asking it questions and it's giving us answers. I think what's weird about
Alexas are scanning everything that we're doing constantly all the time. No, I mean the whole concept, all of it. I don't mean ChatGPT specifically. All of those learning algorithms, AI that are following us, listening to us, picking up everything we're doing, taking it back to the hive mind, and then using it to sell us shit and all of that. The whole concept. I mean, the horse is well and truly bolted now. There's no point even trying to shut the door. But I just find the whole concept terrifying when you think about it.
Definitely.
I don't find it terrifying. I think it's really interesting and valuable. It's just a tool. It's just another tool.
Yeah, we've got loads of those though.
Exactly.
I've got an Iron Age spear. No, never mind. Anyway, we just spear change, don't we? And the thing that's interesting about it is it has proper put the cat amongst the SEO pigeons.
Yeah, it really has.
Yeah. So, Google are on what they're calling red alert or code red or something red, to try and because this could very much damage the internet and it can very much damage Google. If we're being honest, it could really damage SEO agencies. But I think what's most scary about it is that there is going to be, I mean, already there's an awful lot of fake information out there on the internet, fake news, if you will. And it's really difficult to establish what is fake and what is real because it's so well faked. If you think about things like deep fake, bot, social media, the whole Cambridge Analytica fiasco, success. Like there's an awful lot of info out there that is faked for, like nefarious reasons, and it's going to make it even harder for people to identify what's genuine and what's not, and especially because it's written like a human has written it. It's not like your typical shitty AI content. It's very difficult.
Well, the other thing that we've got to think about is algorithmic bias, which we've talked about in various platforms before. But again, the ChatGPT is regurgitating information. It is not coming up with unique information. It's looking online and finding things that have already been written, and it's putting them together in a way that you want it to do. So if there are biases already out there, if there is fake information out there, go on then, Dali, what's it doing?
It doesn't just put together information that's already out there. It is creating new content.
Well, no, obviously.
It's learning based on what is on there.
It learns based on what's out there. It can create new things. I mean.
But that's what I just said. It's taking the information that's out there and putting it together to create new content. But if the information that is out there is incorrect, that's what it is basing it. That's what it's getting the information on. So this is how fake news and racism and sexism and stuff becomes what's the word? Not emphasized,
endemic.
Entrenched. Yeah, endemic, because all of these new AI things, they're taking that information and taking it as gospel and recreating new content with it, and that just keeps on perpetuating, so that these ideas and these biases and these not very nice ideas become entrenched and become fact because it was on the internet 50 times. Do you see what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, and that's what's so worrying about it. Like, you're now going to have just even more content that is it's like Chinese whispers, isn't it? So like, you have one little bit of information that's slightly misheard or incorrect, and suddenly it gets picked up and it gets perpetuated as a truth to the point where it almost becomes a truth. You know, like anti-vax, for example. That's a really good example of how one little piece of misinformation has spawned this entire like life-threatening, global threatening movement. And I think ChatGPT leaves an awful lot of room for that. And it's going to make it very difficult to identify what is AI content and what a human has thought about and checked and fact-checked and verified.
Because the lie is halfway around the world before the truth has even got its pants on. Dali, we were talking last week about the helpful content update, the need for content. If you are creating content, don't create it for the sake of it. Make sure it's adding value. Make sure you're giving a unique perspective. That's the way that Google and other search engine algorithms want us to go to, because we have just got this slew of bog standard content being created. Surely this is a threat to that. I know we said just before Google have gone on red alert. Just explain to us kind of how ChatGPT is going to threaten that, just deluge of mediocre content.
Well, ChatGPT, not just that kind of. So first of all, Google almost feeds on content. The more content that's going out there, the more things it has to index, the more results it can provide, or the better results it can provide, and the more opportunities it has to advertise around those results. ChatGPT does something a bit different. It provides answers there and then, with so it's providing you with the best answer. It's not expecting you to check the first few results or the first 10 results on a page to make sure that you're getting the best answers. It's giving you one succinct answer and not sending you anywhere else. So
sorry, just to clarify, your point there is that it's a threat to Google as a search engine. It's not just a threat.
Absolutely. That's what I was just going to say. That's the biggest thing that Google are worried about. That this kind of technology could essentially replace Google. This is what, if you remember things like Ask Jeeves. Well, this is basically Ask Jeeves version 5 point whatever,
so because at the moment, if you've got an Alexa device in your house and you ask it a question, it is going to the internet via Bing, but it's going to the internet to look for the answer. Whereas ChatGPT, if we had ChatGPT within an Alexa, that does it, doesn't it? It doesn't need the search engine to do it.
Yeah, it already has all of the information, if you like, from a search engine, from the internet that's been fed into it, it's been trained on it. And one of the things that makes this different, I know what you were saying before about kind of the inherent bias in the systems, but one of the things that makes ChatGPT different than previous AIs is that they've trained it in such a way that it's not generating kind of hate-filled
so they say
Nazi results
for now.
So they say. I mean, there is a mathematical formula for how quickly any piece of technology will resort to saying Hitler was right. So it seems that no matter every software AI inventor has set out with the idea of making it a beneficent and not an evil tool. But the problem is we haven't figured out how to actually make that happen yet. Eventually, thanks to human input, they end up denying the Holocaust and saying that Hitler was right.
Well,
because humans are inherently garbage.
Yeah, well, I think they've built some things into it where it is also fed conspiracy theories and misinformation, but I think that it's got it's been trained to understand what that looks like.
Liz has asked a question. So she said, when it creates content, will it show you its sources? So does ChatGPT tell you where it's got that information from, so that you can go and fact check it?
No, because it's not taking it from one source. The answer that it gives you is it's understanding taken from billions of different data points. Nothing that it
so what they say, sorry.
Go on, sorry.
What they say is you're supposed to verify it yourself, use it as a basis and verify it yourself. But it's obviously very difficult to do that, because then you're almost like backwardly citing something. And there is actually a warning on there when you log on that says something like, it might generate hate speech by accident or something.
And I think, if we think about this from a copyright point of view, this is very true. And I know one of the chats that was happening in one of the SEO forums was about this. Somebody had created, or ChatGPT had created a piece of content. When they'd looked at it, it was different, but only very subtly different from a piece of content that had already been published. And they were saying, ostensibly this is a unique piece of content. They only knew that because I think they ran it through Grammarly or something. Most people, I mean, this is the point, isn't it? A lot of so again, normal business owners, they want to streamline writing blogs. They're going to ChatGPT. They're saying do this. Of course, ChatGPT is saying check it before you upload it. Of course, we're going to say check it before you upload it. But your normal business owner is going to go, well, no, that looks all right. It's written me that right. Upload it, saving time. I'm not going back and double checking and rewriting and blah blah blah. And I think this is another sort of hidden danger with it, isn't it? Is that because there are only so many ways of saying a certain thing. Eventually, we are all going to start plagiarizing each other, surely.
Yeah, I think there is just the danger, isn't there? And I feel like people will say, well, you will say that because you're copywriters, and of course we will. But like, there is the danger that you are going to end up like just having loads of duplicate content. I wonder if we need to do an experiment where like we'll each go and type the same question and see if we get the same answer.
Go on.
I was going to say, I wonder how it does it change according to, does it personalize it like Google will?
Yeah.
So one of the things that OpenAI are doing at the moment, the thing that they're working on, is what they're calling watermarking, which essentially is developing the content so that it gives clues that it's been generated by ChatGPT.
And what are the pluses and minuses of that then, Dali?
So for example, what they might do is the sentence length might be similar, or if you create a piece of content that's 600 words long, there'll be a certain percentage of use of various terms, or the grammar will be perfect, or they might purposely introduce bad grammar in certain ways that ordinary people don't do. But it will look like a mistake if you're reading it and you'll think, that's a mistake, I'll leave that as it is. But actually it'll be a mistake that's been built in. And the benefit of, and the reason that they're doing that in part is because of Google. So Google is the helpful content update that you mentioned earlier. Part of the thing that they were looking at there was trying to work out who's generating AI content and just discounting that content. And if you're a serial offender of generating things from AI content, then the threat is just to de-index the whole website.
Why would that benefit ChatGPT? Why would it benefit them to put a watermark on something so that they are instantly signaling to Google this is AI created content, de-index it or discount it or whatever?
Because for one reason, then I don't think they're not at war with Google. I don't think they're trying to replace things. They're developing a an AI system, aren't they? They're not doing this to take over Google.
No,
but they are owned. They are a large part owned by Microsoft, and therefore this will affect Bing as well potentially. So there must be reasons why. And they're developing a standard for how AI content. They OpenAI, they develop the standard for AI generated content.
I'm just thinking about
just a software company.
From a user point of view, though, if you are trying to say, because they want people to use it to create content. If they're then going to say, come and use our software, but it won't help your SEO, it won't get your website. I mean, it seems like they are discounting a big part of the market. Although yes, it's fair play, so fair dues, but it seems a bit like the people who are currently coming to us going, I'm going to use ChatGPT for everything, are suddenly going to go, oh, actually, no, there's no point. I won't bother. So I'm conscious of time. Time is marching on. Where, if you were, obviously we're SEO agency, we're using it for certain purposes. If you were just your normal business owner at the moment, what would you be using it for?
Me?
Yeah, go on, Dally. Yeah.
Go on. I've used it to generate like blog titles that people might be searching in, common problems that people have, potential customers have, just ideas.
So where we used to recommend that people use Answer the Public, ChatGPT did a better job of coming up with a lot more titles in a lot shorter space of time that were a lot more varied and nuanced and sense. I mean, Neil Patel must be absolutely crying into his porridge at the moment, mustn't he? After he's just bought that and spent a fortune on it, but it did a better job than Answer the Public, didn't it? And it's free. You got potentially thousands of blog titles off that, whereas if we were going to use Answer the Public, we would have had to buy a paid subscription and scroll through it and sort the data ourselves, blah blah. It did it instantly. So in things like that, it's shit hot, isn't it? Shit hot, isn't it?
Shit hot, isn't it?
Yeah, so I did that. What else have I done with it? I have asked it to generate random blogs just to see what it does. I think that generating those blogs from it is useful, and it could give you a structure and outline for creating your own content.
But what do you need to do if you are going to use it to create blogs? What do you recommend people do, Hannah? Quickly, I'll come back to you, Dolly. But
just if you need it to do that, just type in a kind of query or a keyword and see what sort of stuff it comes back with. Like, it might give you answers to questions that you never even thought of. So like, kind of interrogate it and dig down into it, but do not use that to write your blog.
Yeah, or like Dally said, you sort of base structure, but just, please, for the love of God, check it. And the other thing it's not great at yet for me is writing sort of with emotion. So if you're writing a blog that's just, piece of evergreen content and explain a piece, absolutely fine. But if you're writing a piece of content that's on your website for slightly different purpose, maybe you've got to push somebody towards a selling point, or you're trying to sell something specifically, maybe maybe just again, take it as a baseline, but just make sure it's better. Basically, it's not. I don't think it's quite there for persuasive copy yet. Dally, what else were you going to say about it? How people can use it?
I have. So there's that's I've used it to give me ideas for social media posts. I've asked it to generate ideas for social media posts. Like you said, Bertie's used it to generate sales emails. I have also used it to create WordPress plugins, just giving it simple instructions, and it's built the plugin for us really quick. So that's quite an interesting thing that it can do. It could do a lot more, but it's locked down, so they stop it from generating huge plugins, but it could.
What about product descriptions? Is it good for product descriptions?
Yeah, I would say so. I'd say the issue with it is I think if you wanted to do something like product descriptions on that kind of level, then you'd be getting to the point of using the API and like feeding things in and pulling things out. There's probably a cost for that. I don't know. But
I haven't tried it for product descriptions, but I mean, the thing that we always say is don't just talk about the product, talk about how people are going to use the product, how the product feels, how the product is going to be, change people's lives. Talk about the benefits and the features of the product as well as just saying, it. Yeah.
Give me a product.
I don't know, washing machine.
Okay. I'm just on ChatGPT now.
Yeah, so ask it to write a product description for a white washing machine. Let's see what it says. Hannah, what would you recommend people are using it for? Anything Dali's not mentioned there, just whilst he's playing with that?
No, just that. Just to research. I think if you've got like an admin task that's not for your marketing, or maybe you want some social media posts, I think that might be a good thing if you're trying to do a bit of a lengthy one on LinkedIn. But I think like for comms, it's decent, but don't try and use it for your SEO, because the other thing is you need to future-proof it. And whilst you might get away with it now, the content that you generate in the future might not be like acceptable.
I mean, that's the key point, isn't it? I think the key takeaway from this, if we look at, where is it going? This is the thing that we're always saying, don't do anything now that is going to damage your website in the future. And everything that there's the way the situation looks at the minute, it doesn't look like, Google, Bing are going to allow this to replace them as a system. Yeah. So if we think about where it's going to be in 5 years' time, and you've replaced every bit of content on your website with ChatGPT, if they do introduce a watermark, Google figure out definitively how to identify it and say they're going to de-index it, straight away you've lost your website and you've got to start again. So don't do anything silly. Go on, Dali, what's it come back with?
Okay, so I asked it to write a product description about a new white washing machine. Yes, so it says, introducing the all-new white washing machine, a game changer in the world of laundry. This sleek and modern machine is packed with features that will make your life easier and more efficient. One of the standout features of this washing machine is its large capacity drum, allowing you to wash more clothes in one go, saving you time and energy. This is especially helpful for large families or for those who like to do laundry less often. This washing machine boasts a variety of wash cycles, including options for delicate fabrics, heavy-duty loads, and even eco-friendly cycles that use less water and energy. This means you can customize the wash to suit your specific needs, ensuring that your clothes come out looking and feeling at their best. Blah, 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 blah. But it's not just about features. The benefits of this washing machine are undeniable.
All right, we get the picture. We get the picture. Dali, it is good. It is really bloody good. Yeah. So I would. Yeah. If you've got a lot of product descriptions to write and you're losing the will to live, because as a copywriter, product descriptions are the bane of your life. Yeah. So potentially, do it. That was really bloody good.
I've just done write a product description for a white washing machine as well. So let's see.
Let's see what it comes back with.
So whilst it's doing it, you guys talk amongst yourselves.
Well, I mean,
so
really,
one of the other things that I've done actually is I fed into it. Oh, this was over Christmas as well. While I was not doing a lot, I fed into it about 100 of my poems, and then asked it to write one in my style. And
man, I've never felt sorry for AI before.
I mean, that's good. I'm conscious of time. I'm going to wrap up whilst Hannah's doing that.
Right, let me do it. It's doing it.
All right, okay. Okay.
This sleek and modern white washing machine is the perfect addition to any home. With a large capacity drum, it can handle even the biggest laundry loads with ease. The machine features multiple wash cycles and options, including a quick wash setting for those in a hurry. The digital display makes it easy to select the perfect cycle for your needs. The machine also has a water built-in and energy-saving technology, making it an eco-friendly, durable, easy-to-clean exterior. Last year to come, upgrade your laundry game with this top-of-the-line white washing machine.
Okay, so it's come back with 2 different product descriptions. It did a slightly better job on Dali's than it did on yours. What it would be interesting to see is if we gave it 10, and how different would each of those 10 be? I think that's the thing that we need to look at.
So what was your instruction to it, Hannah? What was the prompt you used?
I've just come off it. I think it was write a product description for white washing machine.
So the other thing, the thing that I did was I had the word new whitewashing machine.
Well, this is we're running out of time. This is an experiment that we shall carry out within the Grow Traffic team, because that's how dedicated and ultimately geeky we are. We'll do that, and we will report back and see how different it is. But I think the long and short of it is, it's good and it's got its place, and absolutely we are using it in-house as one of our tools for our SEO agency. We're not denying it. We're not pretending it's not there. It's got its place, and it will improve, and it will improve at a vast rate. For now, it's not perfect. Always check what it writes. I know it seems like a duplication, but always check it. And always, if you're writing sales copy, marketing copy, persuasive copy, add to it, edit it, just make it a little bit better, because it's not quite there yet. Personalize it, for want of a better word. But on the whole, it's good, and we're using it. Hannah, final thought on ChatGPT.
My final thought is we are not using it to write customers' content.
No, we're not doing that. Sorry, I meant in-house. We're using it in-house for certain things.
Yeah,
not
I think
copy.
Let's not my final thought is don't go nuts on it yet. But use it with caution.
Yeah, Dali, what's yours? Final thought?
Yeah, it's a really powerful tool, and bear in mind that there is another iteration of this coming out very soon, GPT-4, which will be even more powerful. And also bear in mind that Google has its own AI that is already more powerful than this, and because of that would suggest that Google should be able to recognize what this is doing.
Yeah. That's my point is future proof. Just think about it. If we think Google is not going to know what we're doing, we are fools. Of course it's going to know what we're doing. Just future proof that website. Don't do anything silly. Don't go all out, but it is good, and let's use it in moderation. That's it. We will be back in 2 weeks' time. I have no idea what we will be talking about then, as ever. Thank you to Liz for watching live and questioning questions. If you are watching this on catch up, we still monitor the comments, so please do leave us a comment, ask us a question. We will answer you. If you have a specific question or query for Grow Traffic, you can get us at info@growtraffic.co.uk, and there are millions more resources about ChatGPT and other things on our YouTube channel, on our Facebook page, and on our website. So head there if you want more content. That's it. Thank you very much. Time to wave, guys. Goodbye.